Hello everyone, this is Kajal Yadav from second year Electronics and Telecommunication branch. So this is my submission for the data analytics lab. My exam sheet number is ES19095307 So let's get started. Our submission is having the four questions that we have to submit. That is question number one and its execution. Question number two, question number three, its execution, and question number four. So my question number one, let's get started with the question number one. I have to print the words with the letter D, I, or T for the given string. So what I have to do, my concept is to convert the whole string into separate words form, and then compare it with the given four letters and print the separate form and then compare and check whether the first letter of the string, each word in the string is equal to these four letters. So I'm executing on this my question. The given string is: due to the lockdown, online education importance increases drastically. So what I have to do is I have to create a string, then split it into the each and every word. Then I have to after splitting, I have to take. I have to check each and every condition. That is, I have to compare the index of the each and every word from that list to the given DILT, letters. So let us start with the taking string. I'm taking the string as given here. So after taking the string, I'm giving another variable as b will be helpful for the to split. I want to split the string, so sp dot split. Then for our convenience, we will print this uh, b. Then we will get the each and every word separately in the screen. So these are the words we are this is giving separately. So now after printing b, we have to check the condition that index of these d, t, t as equal equal to these letters d, I, and t. So taking first letter as d, I'm giving the variable name at check is equal to our first variable, that is d. Now I'm creating another variable result, which will compare the d value with the result. So result, I'm giving the for this word, for the word in a b. If I check each and every word from the b, so if the index of word is 0 and all these all these letters are in a lower case, so we have to check whether they are in lower case or not. If not, then it will it will convert it into a lower case. So applying here the lower, is equal to, and we have to check with the check variable. After giving this condition, let's print out the result of this comparison. We do the statement as with list for the words starting with the page, and we are giving it here parameter as string of result. So let us see what will be run. So here we get the each and every term as due and drastically as it compares the D with this check D. So we have now we will take another check one, another variable as check one, and similarly with the D function, we will check it thoroughly with this each and every word from the B. So it is the similar as the variable letter. We will just give here as I. We will copy this as it is similar to the sorry. And then we will print at similar as the D and so on. So as uh, as similar as for the D, all the L, I, T are will be similar to the D. So I'm just keeping this result as R1, result 1, result 2, and result 3, and we will get the value as each of these contains the first letter from T, L, I, and D also. So this is my execution for the question number one. So let's move ahead for the second question. The second question is a distinguish between the variance and the covariance. So variance means the spread of a data set around the mean value. Let us take one example for the variance. For the better understanding, let us take some day-to-day life example. Uh, Suppose one man starts his morning walk daily for a year. He daily uh, walks 5 kilometers each day. So due to some reason he stopped. Uh, there is a disturbance in his pattern, and suddenly start few always he start walking for the 6 kilometers hour, 6 kilometers. Today he start walking for the 4.5 kilometers. So here in this condition, the 5 kilometer is a mean value, and the 4.5 are the values random. So one is the maximum variance. That means he don't doesn't cross the 1 kilometer from the mean value. That is, he cover the distance of 6 kilometer or 4.5. That means more than 1 kilometer he doesn't cross his kilometers. So here maximum variance is a 1 kilometer. This is a simple example for the variance. Uh, we will take the covariance example as the in the two values there are proportionality. If they are they may be in the same direction or the different direction. Let us take a simple example like income and the working hour. If the working hour are greater, then income will also increase. So there is a positive covariance that is called the positive covariance. And negative if the investment and the time period are inversely proportional, that we call it as a loss. So this is a negative covariance. So the formula for the variance we give we this is given by the summation and number of the observation minus the mean value of the observation by the number of observation. So this is the formula for the variance. While covariance is given by the summation of the data value for x minus the mean value of the data x, and data value for y minus the mean value for the y by the number of observations, number of the data values. So uh, as the variance is a value, it will give something and as a output, and that means it will give the number value. While the variance will only give the direction, that is positive or negative. If there is a loss, it will give the negative covariance. If there is a if there is a profit, that means directly proportionality, it will give the positive covariance. So this is my second question, that is how this differentiate between the variance and covariance. So let's move to the third question, that is concept of the hypothesis testing. So what is the hypothesis testing? It is the mechanism for the taking decision of interfacial static. It is useful to prove or to disprove the given claims which has to be tested. So statistical hypothesis. What is the statistical hypothesis? Basically, statistical hypothesis is already known by the researchers. Researchers before the before the we before the calculation of the outputs. So uh, statistical hypothesis have the two parts, that is null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. So what is the null hypothesis? If the statement given statement says it's true and there is no change in this statement, and the belief is true, then it is called as the null hypothesis. There is nothing new in the null hypothesis. It will prefer the old belief. So the what? So it is denoted by the H naught symbol. The alternative hypothesis is the new new belief, new statement that is true, and the old statement that has given old belief will be false. Then that it will be the alternative hypothesis. We denote the alternative hypothesis as HA. So let us understand with the example for the better understanding. Uh, Scientist is researching on the length of the fish. This is the statement. So if we want, what will be the null statement for this? What is the null hypothesis for this? Will be if the length of fish is constant or less, then we have to equate it with the null hypothesis. So it will be given with the null hypothesis. So H naught, the condition is given to null hypothesis is H naught less than or equal to 2. Or if the length of the fish is greater than 2, then there will be drastic change. There will be change in the length. So the old belief that is length of fish is 2 will be false. So uh, the alternative hypothesis will be given as the HA greater than 2. So this is the example to execute the hypothesis. Mm, there are 4 steps for the hypothesis testing. That is, we have to first of all consider the null and alternative hypothesis, then test the statistic, then p-value and the interpretation and significance level. So we have just considered the null and alternative hypothesis. What is the p-value then? Just for convenience, let us consider the p-value. For example, if it is like a probability of 1,000. If we take 30% from the 100, that is probability of 30 out of 100. So the p-value will be the point 0.3. We have to take the percentage of this. So p-value p-value is the null. uh, P-value will be the true if the it is the null hypothesis. This is a significance. If the significance value is less than significance value, so it will reject the uh, uh, null hypothesis and will be in the alternative hypothesis. So there are two types of errors: the type 1 error and type 2 error. So when the when the reject the true value, the value will be the rejection of the true null hypothesis, and type 2 error is due to fail to reject the null hypothesis. So let us consider there are four testing methods that according to the blocks or variables that have we are going to test. So testing methods for the chi-square have the two category test features, uh, and for the t-test it has to be continuous variable. For the correlation, there has to be condition of two natural numerical variables, and ANOVA is for the testing of the variables more than two. So these are the few of the testing methods refer for the hypothesis testing. Um, Let us discuss this confusion matrix to get the hypothesis, null hypothesis, or the uh, alternative hypothesis. So here we take it when the value is a correct decision, when the null hypothesis is true, uh, and error it will give if it is false, that is beta value. So what is this alpha beta? So basically uh, alpha can be predicted before the experiment, and beta only if the hypothesis is not true, uh, only when the null hypothesis is not true. So let's move to the execution part of this code. uh, we are using each and every testing method for these executions. So first of all, we are taking this use the Python SciPy to test the statistical significance. So we are testing here the uh, age of visitors. So we are taking this SciPy start import as test, and import the numpy as np. Then we are importing the url lib request as the url lib2. So this is the link for the execution csv file. uh, so we are writing here the list where you we are opening this file with the read mode and passing an array as age, and we are calculating the mean value of the ages. So here we are giving the NP mean age. So we are printing this mean value uh, with rounding of that value. So we are using here the t-test to find the age. So when p-value for the age of 30 give the age distribution, and the p-value for the age 3 given the ages distribution. So we are printing the age 30 uh, and the age 3. So it is giving the mean value as 38. So here we can see the p value, that is 0.04, and the statistic is 2.56. Statistics for the age of 3 is 11.2, and p value is 4. So let us move to the next code. We are considering here the alpha value is 0.005, and we get the p value as 0.006. So this means we reject the null hypothesis and say this is the different distribution and mean is significantly different. So if the p value of index 1 is less than 0.0105, then we are going to print the p value of index 1 null hypothesis. If we assume the alpha value as the 0.005 and we get the p value as 0.00667, so this value will be reject the null hypothesis, uh, as it is so much less uh, than the significance value. So this is the different distribution, but the mean is significantly different. So if we are giving the p value as p value index 1 is less than 0.05, we are printing the value of the one as the null hypothesis rejected, and print the sample are statistically different. If this condition is not true, then it will print the null hypothesis is accepted. Uh, so this is simple one example. If we are giving the input, given p value is 0.00067, so it is very much less than the 0.005, 0.05. So here will be the output is the null objective rejected. I'm just running this code again for the no, we are getting the result as same. P value is 0.0067, and the null hypothesis, so that the null hypothesis rejected. So let us take next for the use for the printing the age. We have tested this. So let's move to the next. The part 2 for this block is two sample t-tests. We are testing the samples with the t-test. As we know, the t-test have the one continuous variable. Uh, so we are taking the two values from the URL and URL2 using these header files, including the URLIB request as the URLIB2, and matplot live pyplot dot pyplot plt. So we are giving the R value to the and opening the URL one we are given here, and then we are requesting the R in a read mode, and in a similar way we are giving the week 2 also. Uh, so we are split the data by the new line, and they convert the list to NP array float. So week 1 is equal to NP as a array, and week 1 we are splitting the week 1, and we are giving as type to the parameter as float, and np as array week 2, and also here we are splitting this also, and as type we are giving the parameter as float. So we are it will just, after running this code, we are giving this is giving this plot. Here we can these functions are giving this plot for the mm, two samples in t-test. So let us move to the next one. Uh, We are using here SciPy t-test to obtain the p-value of two independent and the set of data to and determine the likelihood and then having the same mean. So from SciPy start import the t-test IND. So week one we are getting the week one dot mean and week two mean we are getting with the week two dot mean. So print one week one sample mean as week one mean and as same as for the week two also. So we are giving the t-test for the week one and week two. So giving here value as the p-val. We are giving the t-test IND to the week one and week two. So we are printing this p-value and after running this code, we are giving the week one sample value as 25.44 and the week two value as the 29.021. So t-test in result where the statistic is equal to minus 3.109 where and the p-value is 0.006. So let us move for the next testing method, that is ANOVA testing. ANOVA testing is for the sample which have the more than two variables. So here we are ANOVA testing for the multiple data sets. So we are here importing the NumPy as NP, Seaborn as yes, and Seaborn has some nice looking plots. So it will give the some plot interesting in an interesting region. So we are importing Panda from as PD and importing URLAB request as the URLAB2, and we are giving here the three links for URLs and giving them in a open and read mode uh, and decoding it UTF-8 and then split the data by new line, convert the list to MP array float. So we are splitting here and giving the type as float. Uh, and here we are create the panda data frame with the source ABC as the column. Uh, df is equal to pd data frame, which store the A, store the B, and store the C. So have the melt the data form for the seaborn. SNS box plot is we are giving here as x variable, y as value, and the data PD melt in as a parameter of df. So here we if we run this code, we will get this type of three parameter ANOVA test. So the last code is for the SciPy t-test to obtain the p-value independent. Uh, and we have tested this already. So this is here our execution for the question number three. Uh, question number three. So here is the final question that we have, that is the sampling distribution and the standard errors. So, to understand in a brief the sampling distribution, let us consider the example of the permutation combination for the better understanding. Let us, in a permutation combination, when we take the three peoples from the set of 10 peoples, then we represent it as the 10C3. In the same way, we are comparing it with this sampling distribution when we have the n population and uh, so the sample is small n, so we can represent it as the ncn is equal to which will create the k samples. So n is a population, that is main data, and n small n is the sample that has a small amount of population that we have created, we are equating it with the constant value, that is k samples. So number of samples are drawn from the population is a k value. So let us move to the next. How this sampling distribution is going to work is, how this sampling distribution is, uh, in a brief explanation, or how can we call it as this sampling distribution is, uh, we have the k samples, right? Here are these are the k samples starting from, say, which have the properties of variance, mean, and standard deviation. So these k samples have the k values of the standard deviation, mean, and the variance. So when we collect each and every collect the means of the every every means from the every box from these, then we get the set of these means. This set of means, here we can call it as the sampling distribution of the means. When we collect all these variance from the k values, k samples, then we called it as the sample distribution of the variance. When we collect the standard deviation of each and every boxes, then we called it as the sampling distribution of standard deviation. So these are the basic, this is a brief idea for the sampling distribution. Mm, I have explained it with the diagram for the better explanation. uh, and we will move to the next with the standard errors, where these boxes contains all the means. So when we take the mean of these set of means, uh, then it is the standard error of that sample, of that box. uh, this is the so the definition for the standard error will be the uh, sampling distribution, the mean of the sampling distribution of the set of the mean is the standard error, will be the standard error for the mean value. The set of the variance, sampling distribution for the set of the variance uh, and its mean, and mean for these set will be called as the sample error, standard error for the set of the variance, uh, and the standard error for the standard deviation set will be the sampling distribution for the standard deviation set. So for these, all these values are not specific for each and every term. So they don't have the common formula to explain the explain the standard error in each and every boxes. So here are few of these statistics that will give the standard error formula. So the mean formula is the sigma by the root n. Variance formula is sigma square root by 2n. Standard deviation for the root is a sigma square by 2n, and sample proportion is a root pq by n. Correlation coefficient is the 1 by rho square by root n. So these are the standard error formulas, which will be different for the all these statistics. So there are few references that I have used here. So thank you.